Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phil the Conquistadork. It is that time of month again. It came by a little quicker this time, faster than I've ever seen it happen before. It is Universal Yums time, and this month we have snacks and treats and all kinds of delicious things coming in from Russia. That's right, Russia. So let's take a look here. Turn off the monitor so my glasses are not quite as glary. Let's start with a book. Or not? Why not? Alright. Hold that little guy up. What do we got here? What is this? Oh, gosh. Okay. These are Ruzik Vanilla Corn Puffs. There's so much happening on the package of this snack that we had to pause and ask ourselves a few questions. What creature is on the package? It's a hamster. We looked it up. What's with the hat? He goes on magical adventures throughout Russia. I don't know how that explains what the hat is. One question we already know the answer is to, will you like these? Yes! Covered with a light vanilla coating, these fluffy, light snacks will remind you more of cereal than cheese curls, though the texture reminds us of the latter. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Look at that. It looks like a big puffed up Cheeto. And tastes like cereal. like a lot. It's like very vanilla corn pops, which is awesome. Let me get one more of these. Okay. It is a hamster. He's wearing a hat that somehow makes him go on magical adventures. I don't know what that means. Okay, what do we got next? Alright, these are Skazolchny strawberry mini sponge cakes. That's Skazolchny. 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 I have to assume. Summer may be over, but this treat will give you a few last memories of sweet, simple strawberry shortcake. A light, fluffy sponge cake is the perfect complement to the dense, fresh strawberry filling inside. Summer can't last forever. We guarantee that this cake won't either. Alright, little cake. It's adorable. Look at this adorable little cake. It's even got the cupcake wrapper, which you don't see too much if they've already wrapped the guy. Wow. With one bite, I ate nearly all the strawberry filling inside. It tastes like a fluffy Pop-Tart, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about. Yeah, that's good. Wash it down with a little red wine, and we're golden. Okay. Oh, now this is interesting. This is 3 Korachki salmon and cheese. Salmon and cheese isn't a combination you typically find unless you're living in Russia. Salmon is often baked with a thick layer of mayonnaise and cheese on top. Wow. Or it's made into a rich, cheesy soup. Or it's baked into breadsticks, as is the case with this snack. Don't be alarmed. This unique salmon and cheese flavor comes through as buttery and cheesy rather than fishy and strange. At least we think so. If you'd like to try the dish that inspired the snack, check out the recipe on the next page. Awesome. Oh! That's not at all what I expected. You can look inside. It almost looks like croutons. A bunch of bashed up croutons, which I can live with. Crunchy as fuck. Okay. It is buttery. And there is a little cheese there. But if you tell me you don't taste any fish, you're kidding yourself. bad, though. Definitely not what I would pick first, but not bad. Interesting. And the little guys on the front appear to be a fisherman, a guitarist, and a drunk. Because all that he's carrying that represents him is a beer. So I have to assume. Off to the side, little strawberry thing. What is next? Oh, is this the same group of guys? They appear to be. Oh, yes, it is. Look at this. 3 Korochki holodets and horseradish. I only understand like 2 of those words. These crispy breadsticks are flavored with holodets and horseradish. Hold up. Let's stop there. What the heck are holodets? Let us tell you. Holodets are a cold meat jelly typically made from pig's feet, cow's feet, or chicken feet. So feet. It's jelly. It's feet jelly. It's feet jelly. Let's face facts. Let us tell you. Holodets are oh, you already told me that. Typically in Russia, holodets are topped with mustard or horseradish to make a one-of-a-kind dish. Though you're not eating authentic cold meat jelly, you're welcome, you do get a taste of Russian tradition with these crunchy, flavorful sticks. So I have to assume the little cubes there on the bottom are holodets. So it's holodets and horseradish. Woof. Okay, wow. That is a strong smell. Not bad necessarily, just it hit me. Okay, same kind of thing. Croutons. Not that bad. It's like a vaguely meaty, marrowy kind of flavor to start, and then a little hint of horseradish at the end. I do not think I like holodets, but these aren't that bad. That's not awful. To describe something as pickled pig's feet, or not pickled, jellied pig's feet, which is even more appetizing, as you can imagine, doesn't start you off very well with the impressions. Well, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. All right, what do we got? What is this? What is this? Let's find out. Okay. Red October Toffee Krepish. Krepish. K-R-E-P-Y-S-H. Krepish. In 1851, a German immigrant named Theodor Ferdinand von Einem moved to Moscow. He dreamed of starting a business and decided to start a small candy shop in Moscow. During World War I and World War II, the Russian government seized control of the company. They switched the production lines to make military rations instead of chocolate and renamed the company Red October after Lenin's famous October 1917 government takeover, which ushered in communist rule. To this day, the government-owned company produces the most popular candy in Russia. What a shock. An example, this super sweet, chewy caramel made with ground peanuts. You might not love the Kremlin, but one thing's for sure, it's hard not to love their candy. They packed a lot of mixed messages in with that, which I respect. It's a weird feeling. This is a government-owned candy. Think about that for a second. That a government owns a candy company since 1917, apparently. It looks appetizing, a little peanutty, caramelly bar. It's delicious. It's delicious. I can sense the, I can feel the communism spreading through my bones. It's that good. It's that good. Alright, comrade. What do we got next? Oh, look at that. They put them in a little baggie. A little baggie. This is great. They've never done this before. I hope they do this with the other ones. Usually in the box, the smaller candies are just kind of loose. Putting them in the baggie helps. I don't know what it helps me do. It helps me keep an eye on them to make sure that they're not starting trouble and shit. What's the first one? This is big. Okay, what is this? Okay. Let me find this one real quick. Okay. Ooh, oh, this sounds interesting. This appears to be, yeah, Rusco chocolate with sunflower seeds and cranberry. That's a pretty cool combination. All right. As you are eating this, you only have one man to thank for it, Peter the Great. But to understand why, you have to go way, way back. When early Spanish explorers came to America, they were amazed by sunflowers and brought back seeds to Europe for cultivation. The Russian Tsar, Peter the Great, discovered the seeds on a trip to Holland and brought them back to his home in Russia. During this time, the Russian Orthodox Church had a strict list of foods you were forbidden from eating during Lent. Because sunflowers were so new, their seeds and oils were not included on this list. Catholics in Russia indulged in the sunflower seeds and oils during Lent, and the crop has been a phenomenon in Russia ever since. That's pretty cool. Russia now grows the most sunflowers in the entire world, and no Russian home is complete without a bowl of sunflower seeds. Enjoy a unique spin on the Russian-loved U.S. export in the form of this sweet and savory cranberry sunflower sweet. I love that. This is one of the most interesting things about Universal Yums to me, is that not only is it candy and sweets and snacks, but they give you the information, and you find out so much about the food that they're eating, and more than that, that the most popular things that they eat are not always from there. Like the fact that Russia produces more sunflowers than any place in the world, and they're an American-born thing. So it almost makes you question whether a sunflower in this time and age is more of a Russian thing or an American thing. I love that. I find that kind of fascinating. The history nerd in me digs that. So let's chomp on this thing. Rusco chocolate with sunflower seeds and cranberry. Let's give it a bite. Wow. Oh! That's really good. The filling here. Strong sunflower, obviously. With a nice hint of cranberry. That's delicious. I like that a lot. Wow. That's really good. Okay. What else? Hard candy. Let's move that to the back. Because we all know, and me spitting out a hard candy halfway through a critique or an unboxing feels weird. So let's not put ourselves in that position. Okay. Micaello, Mikaello, Micaello, chocolate-covered apricot with walnut. Okay. Based out of Moscow, the company that makes this chocolate is world-renowned for their combinations of fruit and chocolate. You can try dried kiwis with dark chocolate, limes with white chocolate, or pears with almonds and dark chocolate. We chose to go with one of the most unique combinations we could find: chocolate-covered apricots and walnuts. A fresh apricot envelops a whole walnut, which is then covered in rich dark chocolate glaze. Yum. Holy shit. Okay, so it's an entire apricot wrapped around a walnut, dipped in... Oh no! Oh no! It's fine. It's fine. This is just chaos in my mouth. because the flavors don't go together at all. I do not believe the apricot, nor the walnut, nor the dark chocolate complement each other at all. But what's interesting is the textures. Because anyone who's had an apricot or a dried apricot or something like that, that's a very distinct texture. A walnut's a very distinct texture. And a lining of dark chocolate, any kind of chocolate, is also a completely different texture. So that's interesting. I like that. But I wouldn't... It's not that it tastes unpleasant, it's just not... They pointed out that it's a weird combination, and it is indeed. Again, I don't know if it would be my first choice. But man, is that interesting. I'm glad I ate that. Okay. Next, this is a really interesting name. Rot Front Chocolate Vanilla Candy. That is Rot, R-O-T, Front, F-R-O-N-T, Chocolate Vanilla Candy. These might look like a simple Eastern European sweet, but their backstory is far more complicated. Of course it is. It's never simple. They're named after the phrase Rot Front, a greeting used by German workers who fought for workers' rights as a part of the communist organization Roter Frontkampfverbund. During USSR control, these particular candies became famous in Russia as food supplies dwindled because for whatever reason these candies were always available. Does that mean they're not very good? The unique chocolate and vanilla treat holds a special place in the hearts of Russians who lived during the period, as the candies were a bright spot in a life filled with many difficulties. So this is so technically it sounds like this is an Eastern German candy. And I like German anything, so... Oh, gosh. It falls right apart in your mouth. Kind of like communism. It's just... It's funny. It's very buttery. And light on the chocolate, as you might imagine an Eastern European communist-held place probably wouldn't have a lot of chocolate. So it's not very good. Because it's mostly butter. It tastes mostly like butter. And a lot of people love just straight out butter. But it kind of tastes like someone farted in my mouth. I mean that in a friendly sense. If there is a friendly sense to suggest with that. The texture is what's most interesting because it's very dry, but the moment it hits your mouth, it becomes kind of gummy. That's interesting. Okay. Going on to our last treat of the evening. The hard candies. Because I'm trying to save them for the end. These are black currant candies. Black currant is a small, sweet berry that's a perfect fruit to grow in Russia, as it can survive every cold temperature. The black currant isn't only found in Russia, it's a common fruit found throughout all of Europe. If you were with us last December, you tried black currant in the form of the UK's Chewits. I remember that, and I really enjoyed them, actually. Kind of a grape kind of thing. Prior to the 1900s, black currant was common in the US too. In the early 20th century, the federal government banned black currant farming as it was considered a threat to the logging industry, in fact. That's weird. I continue the sentence and I shouldn't have. It was a threat to the logging industry. In fact, if you're living in Maine, New Hampshire, Virginia, and Massachusetts, growing blackcurrant is still illegal. Fortunately for all of us, the U.S. government can't do anything about us eating these chewy blackcurrant sweets from Russia. So, oh, awfully pale for something named blackcurrant. That's interesting. Yeah. Oh. Sure, I didn't. Oh, that's delicious. That's really good. Yeah, blackcurrant has a very grapey taste based on the Concord grape, based on my own candy experience. I've never eaten an actual blackcurrant in my entire life. Unless someone slipped it into my drink. Looking at you, spoiler, Kevin. Anyway. That's really tasty. Okay, so. Beg your pardon. That was the Russia box. October 2016. I think what must have happened, because this one came faster than the other ones did. I think what must have happened, the Brazil box was delayed for so long that we're just catching up now here. Sorry, throwing this shit away already. It was delayed for so long that we must be just catching up. But that was actually a really good one. I was kind of impressed by that. I didn't expect... You know, when I found out it was going to be Russia, Russia is not my first thought when it comes to confections and snacks and shit like that. If I want somebody to kill a bear with his bare hands, I'll find a Russian. If I'm looking for someone to make me a candy, I'll find a Swiss, most likely. Or a well-connected Brit. Maybe one of those two. So here's the clue to next month's box. Far, far away lies the Emerald of the Equator. Now independent, the Dutch were once their invader. They left behind a legacy of many good eats. Ginger cookies, chocolates, and barley mint sweets. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's the hint for next month. It is a mystery. Go ahead and hit the comment section and tell me what you think it is going to be. Otherwise, my name is Phil the Conquistadork. Please continue joining me for lots of fun times. We're wrapping up Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. I will not be defeated by that game. Otherwise, the usual stuff. We got some new Phil Plays Porno coming up this week for you. And in the meantime, in between time, have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Sneak a little bourbon past Porky's, but you better not drink it slow. Sneak a little vodka past Wifey, Wifey don't have to know. Sneak a little whiskey past Mommy, make your sister never tell. Or sneak a little bottle past Pastor Paul, or else you'll go to hell. If Daddy don't sink a little Drinky, Daddy gets sad and blue. Sneak a little Drinky, sneakity-doo. Sneak a little Drinky past you. Sneak a little Drinky, sneakity-doo. Sneak a little Drinky past you. Sneak a little Drinky, sneakity-doo. La-di-da-di-da-da-da.